Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Grand Lux by Cyril Marchetti. Website for them is usgamesinc.com. Hopefully that focuses in a second. There we go. Feel free to freeze frame on that if you would like that website. Supportive Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish on the back here. And there's a Hay House website at the bottom. Feel free to check those out if you want them. Hay House is still active. I don't know if that current website is active, but if you search it in a search engine, either Hay House is one word or two different words, you should find it if you're looking for it. Okay, what do we have for Taurus? Things are not aligned correctly right off the bat. Things are just not aligned correctly. And I don't know if it's my place to put it where it's supposed to go. Maybe other people need to be accountable for their own. Now the situation overall, I do get the Sun card here, but I feel like that's a past influence. Page of Wands and the Justice card. Other people have made this work out correctly. I don't like the idea of waiting for other people to sort this out for me is what I'm getting for you, though. It's kind of like, all right, this has been sorted out before, but it's not looking right now. It has gone well before. Currently, it's just not lined up correctly, and it's irritating you. And I'm kind of worried that something's going to start happening pretty quickly. I feel like this is more of a worry, that something's going to just start taking off. What am I really worried about here with the speed? Something going too fast, time passing before people realize it, deadlines going by before people really even know what's going on. People are talking, but they're not doing. And I'm really worried that they're going to miss the boat. It's kind of like you're talking too much. You're talking too much. You need to do something. You need to stabilize the plan and do something. I'm worried like the time's going to pass. It's kind of like, the bus is coming at 8 o'clock. You're either on it or you're not. So it's kind of like, all right, it's only 6:30 now, but it's not that long before 8 o'clock shows up. You need to have your stuff together. You need to have whatever you need to take with you, have yourself cleaned up, put together, ready to go, and so you can get on that bus at 8. And it's almost like Taurus would say, you should be out there like quarter of, just in case that bus is a little early. You need to make sure, because you need to be on it. So you should be out there at least by quarter of, all ready to go, your plan stable, your plan ready to go. It's better to be ahead than behind. It's making you nervous. Things are not on balance the way they should. Will they be on balance? That's the question. There's a lot of random energy here. The wheel is there with the Aphrodite's love spell. I don't know if I'm really a fan of that, but Ace of Swords, more communication. They're trying to stabilize, get the reality of what's going in. Things don't look right, but we're trying to sort it out. Trying to talk things, but things are not. We want more of the reality. We want things to be stabilized. I don't know. I feel like it's like, okay, it's 6:30 in the morning, we got to get on that bus at 8. And somebody's like, wait, what do I have to do today? Wait, is that today or tomorrow? Wait, let me call this person and see what's going on here. Wait, let me call that person. Wait, maybe I could get a ride instead. No, maybe, do I need to be on the bus? But if should I wear this? Actually, I might be walking a lot. Maybe I should wear those shoes instead. I feel like we keep going in like different directions. We're jumping. And it's kind of like, oh, okay, one thing at a time. Can you pick one thing at a time? First, find out what your schedule is for the day and make sure you stabilized it. Oh, well, the scale hasn't tipped on that yet. I have to wait till I get there, and then it's going to depend on who shows up and when they show up, what we're going to do and when we're going to do it. Okay, so it's kind of like, all right, we have to keep chopping it up and taking it apart. I'm getting like really frustrated all of a sudden. I'm just kind of like, I want to help stabilize this, but the person I'm talking to either doesn't have the answers or doesn't want to get them, and I can't tell the difference, and it's really under my skin. It's kind of like, are the answers not possible, or they don't want to get them? And I can't, okay, there's only a limited amount of time, so it's kind of like, all right, I got to work with what I got here. they're trying to make it look nicer than it actually is, but I keep thinking to myself, they could stabilize this more. They're not working with me the way they should be. I feel like that might be kind of ticking you off too. Kind of like the answers I'm getting, it's kind of like they could put a little bit more effort in to stabilize the situation, to find out what's going to happen, but they're giving me some BS answers is what I'm thinking, so that they don't have to ask certain people questions because maybe they don't want to for whatever reason. Energy's a little off here. Things are going to work out is what I'm getting. Yeah. Looking at the cards going forward. Things are going to work out. You want this more stable, and it's starting to really stress you. I feel like this is one of those moments where you might have to pull back and just look out for Taurus, but kind of like if you're trying to, you got to look out for Taurus at this point. You know that. But it's more about, I can only do so much. I'm going to do the best I can, and if it doesn't go well, then I'm just going to have to step back and just let that be somebody else's problem. I'm going to do the best I can because I feel like my nerves are going to go get shot here at some point if I just keep going along with this, because I want to stabilize this, and it makes me very angry the more I get into it that I can't get the answers, and I keep thinking the person I'm asking is not doing the work to get the answers. I keep feeling like they're not doing the work. I just need them to go get the answers, and they don't have them, but they're giving me BS answers is what I keep getting worried about. Ten of Pentacles, and so stabilize just what you can for you. Look out for yourself at first. If you need to be in that bus too, do that. There's so many ways this could go. It's like, it's hurting my brain. Just stabilize yourself. I know it doesn't sound ideal, but just stabilize what you can for you. And if you're trying, these other people who won't give you the correct answers, or you don't feel confident in their answers, I feel like you're going to have to work around them. You're just going to have to, like, best case scenario, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of like if I'm going to have to walk a lot, I'm going to have to wear this, but if I'm not, I'd rather wear that. Wear what you'd have to wear if you think you might have to walk a lot. Just go that direction. If you're not sure if lunch is going to be provided, or if you're going to have to pay for yourself, bring money for yourself so that you can do what you have to do. If you're not sure, you know, if you're going to be home in time for the kids to be, you know, picked up, just make the plans for somebody else to pick them up regardless. It's not really ideal because I don't know how things are going to shake out, but I feel like that's just the way we have to go with this. As we keep going forward, later on in the day, it's like later on in the day, things go more your way. The information comes to you, you get to stabilize. You don't really like stabilizing things after the fact, but you'll be able to stabilize things after the fact. I'm getting like a lot of anxiety with this too. It's like I really hate it. I really hate it. But I also get like, because of this, whoever wasn't willing to get the answers, I feel like justice is going to come forward on that. Other people are going to take care of that. I feel like you might not be involved with this situation, whatever it is. Or it's like, if you're trying to help somebody else, it's kind of like, well, we had to make these plans. You couldn't get the answers. So these are the plans I had to make. So these are the plans I'm keeping. So it's kind of like, for example, if you're helping somebody get on the bus and they're like, they didn't know how their day was going to be. You're like, well, all right, I'll pick you up at 4. Whether things are going or not, you have to come with me at 4 because that's when I'm picking you up. And then you get there at 4 and they're like, yeah, but we're going to be playing till 6:30. Well, sorry, you didn't get the answers when you were supposed to. You're going to have to come now. You're going to have to leave early. Sorry. Or again, if this is a work thing and like you have to plan things out, you plan out what you need to do. And they're like, yeah, but we're going to do this tomorrow. And you're like, well, or we're going to have to do this tonight. You're like, well, I'm not going to have to do this tonight. I already made my plans. I can't help you. You're going to have to make that work without me. It will work out because they wouldn't give you the answers. They're going to have to do it themselves. They're going to have to take the detriment from that. They're going to have to weigh out the balance on their own. Because I feel like somebody else is going to have a lot more work. And I feel like it's their own fault. They got harmony with the 8 of Pentacles, kind of like, I don't feel like it's one person. I feel like it's a group of people looking at this. Like the person who wouldn't get the answers is the one that's going to have to make up the difference. And it's on them, and we're all fine with it. Nobody else is feeling bad with it. I don't feel like it's going to come bad against you for it. That seems very interesting to me because it's kind of like, well, if they won't give you the answers, you're going to have to make plans the way you make plans. And then when you make your plans, you're going to hold to them. If that's not good for them, well, that's too bad for them. They had a chance to get those answers. They just refused to do the work. That's on them. The trick here is to pull back from the stress. Plan for yourself. If they try to get the answers, they're not working with you, or you don't feel confident in their answers, step back, just plan for yourself, look out for yourself, whatever your responsibilities are, and carry out your plan, and then they're going to have to make up the difference, and that's on them. I do feel like this is a good thing, because they're going to have to figure out on their own why things worked out the way they did. I don't see things going bad with you and whoever you're dealing with. I feel like you're going to be on good terms still. What is the Hermit doing with them? Because I feel like that's them. Which that card would normally work with you quite well. Three of Cups that's the friend card again. And then whatever the outcome is, if this person is really an ally to you, and it looks like they are, they're going to own up to their shortcomings. They're going to pay their own debt. And I feel like they're going to realize going forward, you either tell the Taurus the truth, or you find the answers for the Taurus. If you can't do that, then it's up to you to pay your own way. You have to handle your own problems. You would have helped them a lot more if they had told you, or if they had gotten the answers they should have, if they had researched the way they should have, if they had done things the way they should have, you would have helped them a lot more. And I feel like they know that. So if it was stressful for them, the way this worked out, that is literally on them. It does seem like they're owning that. There's going to be some sideways situations where maybe the person it happened to isn't owning it, but the people around them is making them own it. Be aware of that. If this goes awry and the person who caused their own problem is not willing to own that, see it for what it is. Don't tolerate it. Don't play into it. Let that be on them. I definitely don't feel bad about it. I do feel like there's support around this, that other people are like, no, Taurus did what they should have done. Taurus did it correctly. Taurus would have helped, but you didn't do your side. So it's your fault. You pick up the balance. Your fault. Their fault, I should say. There's a lot. The energy, there's a lot of speed with this one, too. It's just kind of like interesting. Like, I don't like the speed, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.